Today we're going to be learning about the triangle inequality theorem. The triangle inequality theorem allows us to determine if three given side lengths make a triangle or not. So it states the sum of any two sides of a triangle must be greater than the length of the third side. Okay, so the sum of any two sides has to be bigger than that third one. So you have this triangle here, ZYX, and it has side lengths of 5, 7, and 8. We are going to go through and see if we add up two of the side lengths, it has to be greater than the third one, the one that wasn't being added together. And you have to check that out for all the different combinations. So first start off 5 plus 7. Is that greater than 8? Yes. So therefore, this one checks out. Now we go on to the next two sides. 7 plus 8. Is that greater than 5? Yes. Then you check out your last pair. 5 plus 8. Is that greater than 7? Yes. Because all three of these statements are true, this forms a triangle. So 5 plus 7 is greater than 8. 7 plus 8 is greater than 5. 5 plus 8 is greater than 7. Therefore, this is a triangle. And that's all there is to it. So you just need to go through and you have to check out all three pairings of sides and check it against that third remaining side. You're always going to have three inequalities on any problem that you do with this. So we'll go on to our examples. So example 1, do the side lengths 5, 3, and 2 form a triangle? Well, we have to check them out. We have to take, let's take 5 and 3. 5 plus 3. And is that greater than 2? 5 plus 3 is 8. 8 is greater than 2. So yes. Okay, 5 plus 2. Is that greater than 3? Well, 5 plus 2 is 7. 7 is greater than 3. So that is true. And now we're going to look. 3 and 2. So 3 plus 2, is that greater than 5? No. 3 plus 2 is actually equal to 5. So since it is equal, it does not follow the triangle sum theorem, or the triangle inequality theorem. Okay? It has to be greater than, not equal to, strictly greater than, bigger than. So 5, 3, and 2 do not form a triangle. Okay? 5, 3, and 2 are not a triangle. Alright, next example. Do the lengths 4, 3, and 3 form a triangle? Now, if they do, this would be an isosceles triangle because these two are equivalent. So let's try them out. 4 plus 3. Is that greater than 3, the remaining one? Yes. Okay, now we'll take the other 3. 4 plus 3. Is that greater than 3? Yes. Now 3 plus 3. Is that greater than 4? Yes. Since all three inequalities are true, it is a triangle. Alright, now for our last example. A triangle has two sides that measure 5 inches each. Find all possible lengths the third side of the triangle could be. Okay? And in this one, it doesn't say a whole number, but I'm going to say find the possible whole number lengths that it could be. Okay, so that gives us just 9, 7, 5, whatever, whole numbers. So we're going to look here. Two sides are 5 inches each. So we know 5 plus 5, the two sides we know has to be greater than the other side we don't know. We're calling that x. So we know that 5 plus 5 has to be greater than some number x. Well, what is 5 plus 5? That's 10. So we know that 10 has to be bigger than the third side. Or in other words, you could think the third side has to be less than 10. So now we're going to make a list of whole numbers that we know that are less than 10. We got 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. And we're going to have to check out all these guys here. Just kind of run through. You know that since it's an isosceles triangle, because we have two sides that are the same, you're really only checking to see if you take this number and add 5 to it, is it going to be bigger than the other side, which is 5. So is 9 plus 5 greater than 5? Yes. Is 8 plus 5 greater than 5? Yes. Is 7 plus 5 greater than 5? Yes. 6 plus 5, is that greater than 5? Yes. 5 plus 5, is that greater than 5? 4 plus 5, 9, that's greater than 5, so that one works too. 3 plus 5, that's 8, so that's greater than 5. 2 plus 5 is 7, which is greater than 5. And 1 plus 5 is 6, that is greater than 5. Okay, so once you have figured out what it has to be less than, just go through, make a list, all counting down, and then you're going to go through and check off each one just to make sure that you've got all the correct solutions. So, in summary, the triangle inequality theorem. If you add any two sides of a triangle together, it has to be greater than the remaining side. And you have to check out all three pairings of the sides to make sure it's true in each case. If even one of them is not true or equal, like in this case, then it's not a triangle. The two sides have to be larger than the third side when you add them together. Make sure you've written down all the definitions, all the examples, and then be prepared to work one when you come in class tomorrow. Bye.